I like the press conference, bro. This is a press conference, bro. I'm here to hold a meeting for all the scousers. I need the scousers to come outside.
You should have invited Neo.
I tried, bro. I tried. I think he's busy with Spawn. I tried, dog.
Nah, fairly, fairly. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Otherwise, yeah, we're just gonna jump right into it. It's been a while. I think 2 weeks, 2 weeks, 2 weeks since the previous one. A lot has happened. A lot has
Yep.
happened. A lot of football in between. Um, there's nowhere else to start. But anyway, let's first begin by thanking the people. Yo, man, thank you everybody for subscribing. Let's get the numbers up, like, share, engage. And bro, there's nowhere else to start. Like I said, this is a press conference, right? This is a press conference. I'm here. I'm here. I am here. And I really wanted Neo to be here too, man. Because the reason why is because
Yeah.
post the FA Cup game, I think him and I sat down together. And he had a lot to say to me about how Arsenal fans were overconfident. Whatever he said, were kind of arrogant, blah, 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 blah. And that's the exact same way they went into the game against us and
Mm.
they got showed up. They came through with chest
Yeah.
beating, number one, 5 points clear, blah, blah, blah. You guys better not lose.
Yeah.
We're this, we're this, we're that, we're that.
They're
Thizo,
the
if you had to
informed
just
team, man.
sum it up, bro. Sum it up. What do you think went wrong for them before we give flowers where flowers are due?
I think they thought that the game was going to go the same way as it's historically gone, like in recent seasons, in that even if we outplayed them, they'd still find a way to beat us, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you look at our past few games against Liverpool, they haven't outplayed us. It's been more of us shooting ourselves in the foot. And even though we did that yesterday, there was a very clear example in the own goal. Like we played them off the pitch. I think it was more a story of us executing on our game plan than it was about them doing anything really wrong. They can point to the fact that they have injuries, but so do we. You know, I think just from a tactical perspective, we we were sound. From an execution perspective, we were solid. Um, yeah, I don't see a scenario where they could have beat us outside of us continually shooting ourselves in the foot. They had a really good period just after the
Mm.
second half started for that 10-15 minutes. I think even in Arteta's press conference, he made reference to the fact that we were suffering, which is natural. I think if you play any really good side, as we know Liverpool are, there's gonna be those periods of suffering. But I think that the way that we just weathered that storm and then went back to the game plan, you know, was really indicative of just how far we've come as a club.
Yeah, man, I'd have to agree to that. I think, yeah, man, I don't know if it was tactically, also the injuries, Trent wasn't fully fit. I'm not giving them no
Mm.
excuses, right? Because we both the same, bro. They had, out of the injuries that they have, maybe you can say Salah, Zoboslai, Endo is away at was a virtually on the way back because Japan got knocked out of the Asia Cup. So I'd say those are like the three, or am I missing somebody? Nah, I don't think I'm missing anybody. Those are the three that I would
Mm-mm.
say coming to the 11
Maybe
might have made,
Darwin.
okay, maybe Darwin, but he's on the bench. I can't count Darwin in my opinion because he was
Yeah,
on the bench.
sure,
So, and then
sure.
we were missing Partey, Timber. I'm just naming people that start. Timber would have started. Partey would have started.
Of course.
Who else? Jesus would have started over Havertz,
Jesus, yeah.
who had a blinder, who had a blinder. So I just think,
Yeah.
I think it was kind of like a blessing in disguise. Because when I saw that Jesus is injured, I was like, man, I really would have liked to see Jesus in this game. But it was just like Havertz
Yeah.
just made sense because he caused Darwin is the chaos guy, but he caused chaos amongst Virgil and Kunate. Like I was like, man, this guy is bullying him off the ball. Fede, like he could
Yeah.
have done a couple of things better, but overall, like he was a menace to those two center backs. And if we cause those two main center backs of Liverpool problems, then I knew that we had a way to win. And as soon as I saw the lineup, bro, confidently, I don't want to say it in case of jinxing it, but as soon as I saw the lineup, I was with a couple of gents watching the game. As soon as I saw the lineup, I was like, guys, if I don't win this game, then I'm the problem. I can't look at that lineup and think the same thing that happened. And the reason I didn't say it out loud is because I thought the same when they came to our home ground and we played in the FA Cup. I looked at the lineup pre-game. I was like, we gotta smash these guys. Not smash them, but we have to win the game.
Yeah.
And then we actually smashed them over the balance of play, but they ended up winning the game. So I knew that if we have the same situation, we're not gonna let that happen again, bro. But
twice, yeah.
Yeah, so just to go away from the game a little bit, what do you think the result means in terms of the title race? Do you think it's a significant dent to Liverpool's chances? Do you think it's a significant upliftment to Arsenal's chances? Do you think it does anything to Man City? What do you contextualize just this result alone in the grand scheme of things?
I think if I had to put it in order, I'd say it's a benefit to Arsenal first and foremost. We couldn't really afford to lose this game and still be considered in the title race. You can't be 8 points behind your opposition going into February, you know? So we definitely needed to cut that gap, particularly against a rival and a team that's top of the league. You know, I think it benefits City because if they win their 2 games in hand, then they'll be ahead of Liverpool by a point, you know, which you expect them to do. But look, weirder things have happened. And then I think for Liverpool, it's not necessarily a dent at the hopes because they're still at the top, you know, and points are what matter. So I don't necessarily think that they need to feel hard done by the fact that they lost to Arsenal at the Emirates. You know, this is an Anfield, different story completely. You know, that's a significant dent. But I think at the Emirates, any team that comes there should come with the expectation that they'll probably lose, maybe snatch a draw, but in all likelihood that they're going to lose, you know, because they've also managed to get that monkey off their back, per se, you know, that whole big teams come to the Emirates and it's fun times. No one's having a fun time when they come to the Emirates. We've seen that with City. We've seen that now with Liverpool. It's 2 years that Liverpool haven't beat Arsenal in the league, you know, over 4 games. So that's not by any chance. I think that they're still in pole position, though. So it's going to be an interesting push to the end of the season.
Yeah, it really is. It really is, man. Like, I really like, because even yesterday I was with the gents. I was like, man, I just want us to win because I'm an Arsenal fan first and foremost. I want my team to win. But just for the title race, just in itself, man, I just feel like I don't want to see this City pool thing. Because the Liverpool fans have this perception that it's City pool. It's not City pool. It's Manchester City. You've won 1. They've won 6, 7. It's not City pool. I don't understand where they get this. I understand like rivalry the same way when it was Saf and Arsene, bro. We can't lace Saf's boots. We can't lace Alex Ferguson's boots. We can't chat. We've won 2. He's won 12. We were rivals, so to speak. But it's just not there, bro. At the end of the day, if I get frozen in a chamber of some sort and I wake up in 10 years, right? And then I look at this, I'm like, wow, I've missed so much football in 10 years. I've been in an ice box. Let me have a look and see what has happened. Oh, wow, Liverpool 1-1. So you're gonna sit there and tell me it was a rivalry? It wasn't not a rivalry, bro. But I get it. I get it. Like they've really tried to work. They've pushed the envelope as far as they can. But at the end of the day, facts is facts, and I'm gonna need Liverpool fans to hold that. Hold it. Hold it, please, man. And the thing that really rubbed me up the wrong way, bro. Like, and I've been seeing this for a long time. Like the press coverage, bro, post game, and we've been seeing this for a lot since last year, actually, when Arsenal became a challenger, so to speak. Like the way the press runs about us, bro, with the whole celebration thing. I just want to ask, like, why? I don't want to feel like we're whining or anything, but why is it always us, bro? Why is it always us?
Ah, I don't know. I think first and foremost, it's obviously the invincible has done, you know.
Yeah.
So definitely think that that is the wrong way. It's just like, you guys and your invincibility, blah, 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 you know? And you see it how when teams are really doing well, the fans will sit and say, um, like Liverpool was saying, if we don't lose, if Tottenham is the only game that we've lost, then I'm counting this as an invincible season, you know? And it's just like, yeah, but you lost the game. The whole point of invincibility is doesn't matter the circumstances, you would have lost. And I think that just frustrates them, Everything about the ethos of Arsenal, the fact that it was, I mean, when you listen to historically, it was one of the first teams to really just incorporate people of every creed and color, to make them feel welcome. I mean, when you look at Arsenal historically, we're talking from like David Rocastle days, you know. To date, there's a good balance of people of all races and colors, Isn't necessarily the same experience across the board. Um, I think maybe even our style of play, man. Like, no matter how bad it's been at Arsenal, there's always been a philosophy, there's always been a style of play. And it was just like people hated that, Because it's just like, yeah, you're playing well, but so what? You know? But I think like it's unwarranted hate,
Yeah, bro. Like it really rubs me up the wrong way, bro. Like it's
if
actually
I'm being perfectly
disgusting.
honest. I don't feel like there's no basis for it. And you see it everywhere.
Bro.
You see it in punditry, the mere fact that we played Liverpool off the park yesterday. Like there's no better way of putting it. We played them off the park, and you're not hearing that being the main point. It's they're celebrating too hard. Have they won the league? Do they think they've won the league? No, but if Liverpool had beaten us and celebrated that way, no one would have said anything, you know?
Bro,
It is a
and
win against your rival.
bro, like, and the irony of it all, bro. I understand, like, you see when someone like a Gary Neville says it, like his club is in the mud, he's sour. I get it, right? I get it. And also, I feel like even though he might say some daft things, he seems like somebody who can, from time to time, contextualize his thoughts, right? But then when you get people like
Hmm.
Jamie Carragher, bro, you've watched your coach pull hamstrings while celebrating. You've watched your coach step onto the pitch, hug a goalkeeper from scoring the winner, bro.
Yep.
Ran onto the pitch, hugging a goalkeeper, not after the game, not when full-time whistle, mid-game, bro. We've seen Klopp do the wildest things
We've
on
seen him
the
run up to a fourth official in celebration, like,
shout
and
in his
celebrate in
face.
a fourth official's face.
Shout in his face. So we've
Yeah.
seen Klopp do the most craziest things on the touchline. And to see with Arteta, bro, with Arteta, it's okay, he steps out of his line for a few meters. Okay, sharp. He celebrates a goal in his
Mm.
technical area. Fede is jumping around. I just don't get it, bro. I wish like when I'm reading like the coverage, bro, and listening to the coverage, like it just rubs me up the wrong. I wish if there was some sort of consistency. When Klopp was doing these things, it's oh wow, what a connection he has to the fans. Oh wow, what's this? What's this? All the time, bro. After every game, bro,
Mm.
Klopp could win against Burnley, rock bottom of the Premier League, right? They could win 1-0, one zip, right? And what's he gonna
Mm.
do at the end of the game?
Go
Oh,
mad. Yep. Yep.
bro, come on, man. Like that shit really got to me, bro. Like even when I was sleeping, like trying to sleep last night, like man, this motherfucker's gonna be angry, bro. Like I'm really seething, bro. Like I'm seething, bro. Like it
What
rubs me
I
up the
like
wrong
with
way.
regards to that is it hasn't like dampened the mood, the spirits across the board because the celebration police is not a new thing. you know.
Yeah.
We've seen Arteta still doing his thing. We've seen the boys are still doing their thing.
Mm-hmm.
So clearly they're letting the noise impact them, because if they were, they would have kind of just like, no, we're happy, but like try and do what people expect them to do. So the fact that they're still going off, and you saw that, it's almost as if like Arteta enjoys it in the chat,
Yeah.
and he probably tells the boys to embrace it. The
S-
fact like that, the
s-
run, the way he was
um,
running, enjoying that, I'm just like, that's a man who's just like, yes, and we just beat
bro,
Liverpool
bro.
convincingly.
Bro, I guarantee you, bro, if that result was like that when we were at Anfield, almost a month ago, I guarantee you the
Mm-hmm.
scenes would have been more wild, much more wilder, bro.
Yep.
So that's the thing that gets to me, bro. It's like you guys are gonna run quick, right? You're gonna run quick to your Twitter fingers. You're gonna run quick as pundits without even contextualizing. What? That's the thing that gets to me, bro. He's your coach. You support the club. You've watched him do the craziest
Mm.
things, and then you're gonna go have this guy. I think it's at bro. Anyway, man, it's just gonna get me boiling yet again. So that's positive, bro. That's positive. But let's just see how the title race goes. I'm just glad that we in it,
Mm.
because if you asked me 2 weeks ago, bro, I was damp, bro. Like, if you're watching, people, please go
Yeah.
watch the upload with Shingai, because we recorded that straight after Liverpool beat us in the FA Cup, and the mood there
Yeah.
was somber. It was down. We were
Of
down in the
course.
dumps. So let's move
Of
on
course.
to.
Rightfully
I
so.
really want to chat to another team that is down in the dumps, bro. And man, I don't know what needs to happen. Like we've talked about them, we've exhausted it. But what's going on with Chelsea, bro? What's going on? Conceded 8 goals in the past 2 games, two straight losses, yo-yoing up and down. Like they win one, then they draw two, then they lose two, then they win again, then they might win another one back to back, but then it's still gonna happen again. And I think it's good because now they're gonna play Aston Villa in the replay for the FA Cup to go to the next round. They're gonna
Yeah.
play they're in the EFL Cup, Carabao Cup final. They're gonna play Liverpool. I think they're gonna get smashed there.
Liverpool.
What do
Yep.
you what do you think is the issue there? Do you think it's just time to say goodbye to Poch?
I think it's bigger than just Poch, but obviously Poch is a big reason there. The whole point they brought Poch in is because he had a track record of working well with like young up and coming players, if you cross
Mm-hmm.
reference it against what he did at Spurs.
Mm-hmm.
And we all expected that that would be the experience at Chelsea, but it hasn't been. So I think, look, the issues at Chelsea are much bigger than just the coach. And I mean, you saw the kind of cracks in the armor from when they just started buying players like crazy,
Yeah.
giving them these really long contracts, buying so many players. But at that stage, remember, they didn't have a coach.
Mm-hmm.
So what are you buying your players based on? You know,
Mm-hmm.
it was as if they catch wind of a young up and coming player that could be persuaded to come to the club, they were on it. And that's never really a good idea, because there needs to be a style of play. There needs to be a footballing philosophy. And usually that stems from the coach. I think Chelsea didn't give themselves a chance to do that. And like, even though there's glimpses, and I mean, if you're gonna have that, like the level of talent that they have, there's obviously gonna be glimpses of the things that you do well. But I think collectively across the board, there's there's a massive issue there. Because if you're gonna go get battered by Wolves, and remember, it's not like Wolves were lucky to beat them. That was a convincing win over and above the score. The score wasn't actually a true indication of just how badly that game went. And they scored first, you
Yeah.
know? And you see it in the fact that you brought in a lot of young players, but when you look at what's happening at the back, you're still playing with Thiago Silva, you know? You're still trying to bring Chilwell back in after injury, but even he's looking a shell of himself. I saw pictures of like training when they were training indoors, and
Mm-hmm.
it really doesn't look good. Like it's a picture of Caicedo with the ball, and
Mm-hmm.
Enzo's sitting behind him, looking in one direction, and Palmer's sitting on the other side of him, looking in a different direction. So it doesn't even look like there's unity across the board.
Yeah.
And I think that once that isn't there, it's very hard to like play well because who are you playing for? If not the 10 other guys that you're on the pitch with, you know, and I think there isn't that togetherness in Chelsea. It's kind of inshallah football. Like let's put
Yeah.
11 players on the pitch, hope for the best.
Yeah. I think they really just need to be thankful to whoever that does their transfers that decided, yo, let's go for this Cole Palmer guy. They need to be thankful
Yeah.
to that guy. Because without Cole Palmer, like his goals, whatever he brings to the game, penalties, just his overall gameplay, he's a great player. If they don't have Cole Palmer, I really think they're fighting relegation. Genuinely, bro. Because he's the only
Yeah.
spark that gets things going. Apart from him, bro, like even Sterling. Sterling is, oh my days. Like I don't
Oh,
even know, bro. And I used to highly rate Sterling. I thought like Chelsea would have been a good move for him because he would be the main guy. Like,
yeah.
like it's just, he grew up. I think he actually played for the Chelsea Academy, or he grew up in like the Chelsea area when he was a lighty. Whatever the case might be, like you can't tell me they don't have the tools to
Mm.
at least be in a European contention position. So I think by that virtue, bro, like Poch is just not bringing out the best in the players. Agreed that the mixture of the players and the business that was being done out of his hands, and it was just the way they did the business, bro. Like, first of all, you go and sign Enzo Fernandez off a World
Mm.
Cup. I don't think any much scouting went into that. And you look at the numbers. How many games has he played professionally? Very, bro. I can under
Yeah.
50, under 50. Then you're like, okay, we want Caicedo. Liverpool have signed Caicedo. Deal is done. Nah, 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 nah. We're gonna go 115 mil on this guy. Number one, there's no due diligence done in that. You haven't checked. Can these guys play with each other? Do their
Mm.
traits complement each other? Like you don't know. You keep switching them up. Is Enzo a 10? Is he a 8? Is he a 6? Is Caicedo a 6? Is it box to
Yeah.
box? What's the plan? What's the plan? Even the way they bought Mudryk, there was no links to Mudryk, bro. Mudryk was coming to
Yeah.
Arsenal. He was coming to Arsenal. He was virtually an Arsenal player. And then they're like, nah, actually, we're gonna go for this guy. No plan whatsoever. They just like, Arsenal want this guy. Arsenal on the up. He must have something. Let's go get this guy.
Yeah.
And now, I don't know if you
Yep.
saw, I don't know if you saw like with Mudryk, on Instagram, wild. There was a guy on Instagram, like he DM'd him. He DM'd Mudryk. He's like, he's like, what the fuck is going on with you? Did you forget how to play football? It's not good enough. Something needs to change. Maybe do some one-on-one sessions. Every time you play, we have one player less. I was cooking him. And
Yo.
then and then Mudryk responds. He's like, come play a one-on-one for 10,000 pounds. So it's like, so the guy responds to Mudryk. He's like, bro, at this point, I will personally give you money every time you score. We are Chelsea fans, and I deal with the players and sort their stuff out. But come on, man, you have Everton next. And then Mudryk is like, are you good at football? He's like, please just score. So this is a back and forth that he's having on Instagram DM. Like what is happening? Like why?
Yeah.
Just look at the DM, scroll past it. Like these Chelsea men are cooked, bro, and I'm here for it. I am here. So what do
They're
you make
really
of that?
frustrated. That it's, I think it's just even they realized how bad it is right now. You know,
Yeah.
I think they don't know how, like, what's gonna fix it. Because it's not like you're gonna have another transfer window where you're gonna rescue the situation.
Mm,
Like, you're probably gonna sign one or two players at most in the summer. Is that enough to turn things around? And who's gonna be at the helm as well? You know, to try and steady that ship. Because right now it seems like a poison chalice. You know, kind of like the Man United coaching job. It's just like, who wants to go to Chelsea right now? Because yes, there's you'll probably get paid more than you would anywhere else, but you're also likely to get sacked because there's so many issues at Chelsea. And even with the players rattled, and you see that by interacting on Instagram with people like that, and even trying to make bets, you know, it's like you're taking it personally, but this is a fan who, these are people who pay money to see you do what you do. They pay money to see you do your job. You know, they're frustrated because when they brought you in, the expectation was that you were going to make the club better. You're not doing that, you know? So it's just like, as a fan, I'm going to let you know. I'm going to let you know that, look, what you're giving right now is not enough. We need more. And I think even in his responses, Mudryk is trying to make it personal. No, you. And he's just like, bro, I'll pay you to score. I will literally pay you to score.
You're
Like,
earning bags of money, but I'll pay you.
I will pay you just to score. And when you look at the chances like that they're missing,
Yeah,
it's just like it's bad.
it's
It
bad,
is.
bro.
It's not. It's really not good.
And there's also no guarantees that in come the summer when they need to buy, bro. Because if they don't make European football, then you get the financial
Yeah.
fair play thing coming in. Because you've spent a billy, bro.
Hmm.
You can't tell me you can spend a billy, then you're gonna go again and spend again and again and again and again. It's gonna catch up with you, bro. But on that notes, bro, I feel like it's just mad, dog. Hey, it's crazy. But just for the sake of time, man, we really need to touch on this. The AFCON semifinals are set, bro. South Africa versus
It's.
Nigeria. How should we
Mhm.
how should we how should we build this one, dog? I'm trying to find like you know how Chelsea and Man City is El Clasico. What can we call this one, bro? Like, hey, dog, I don't know, bro. Like, it's gonna be wild. It's gonna be wild.
Yeah. Look, I've seen a lot of crazy things being said. You know, just today we have a soccer group with the guys that I play soccer with,
Mm.
and they were saying that this game is let me send you an e-wallet versus let me see what plan I can make, you know. And obviously, we know who's who in that situation.
Who's sending e-wallets?
But I think definitely,
Yeah,
definitely not the SA bros,
yeah.
bro. And I think, like, jokes aside, I think that it's really going to be
Mm,
a really good game. I think it's two very solid sides, you
mm,
know, that are rightfully where they like that have earned their place in the semifinals. So it hasn't been by luck, you know, that either team is there. They played really convincing, really solid, you know. I think more so from the South African side, it's defied expectations. I came across a video today where a guy was just speaking about how um, South Africa being at AFCON is an excursion for them. You know, they're not going there to do anything significant. It's literally just for them to have some time off, you know, and play around. And it's just like, I think they took that to heart, you know.
mm,
I think that they internalized all of that. And credit to Hugo Broos and his coaching staff, because where they haven't gotten it right, they've fixed that immediately. I mean, you see our first game we played with Sianda Tulu at the back,
mm,
and it didn't work. It literally didn't work at all. Um, and they switched it. They literally switched our entire setup because they were just like, okay, we want to go solid, two solid center backs. Um, Actually, one converted because Mbala wasn't really a center back. They
mhm,
converted him from a center mid to a center back, and it looks really solid. You know, we're playing to our strengths as well in terms of the counter. Um, I think it's going to be very interesting seeing them, that centre back pairing, go up against someone like Osimhen, because they're also very physical, very strong.
mm,
Um, haven't really been tested as much for pace, but I think the same problems that we might have is the very same thing that their defense is going to have to deal with, because we see guys like Calvin Bassey, who struggle historically in the league
mm,
for Fulham against pace. You know, we've seen him go up against like a Martinelli and Saka and get sent
mhm.
off, you know, because he struggled to keep up with that pace. So I don't know, man. I'm excited. I don't know which way it's gonna go, but obviously my allegiance is with Bafana. But I think it's gonna be a good semi-final.
Yeah, I really think so too. It's going to be exciting, man. I just want to see like a I just want to see the theme of the AFCON just keep going, bro. Just give us quality football.
Yeah,
Don't give us
yeah.
these nonsense talking points. Let the football speak for itself. And when the loser loses, they go out
100%.
gracefully and we laugh at them. That's just it's just how it is. And I like that. I like that, bro. When it was like during the group stages, when like after the second games, where just the group stages were taking shape, and then people were like trying
Mm-hmm.
to see where the knockout stages are going to land. When it became
Yeah.
possible that SA and Nigeria could face each other, like you already sensed, bro. They were like, I want this to happen. Before the last
Yeah.
16,
Yeah.
before the quarterfinal, every Nigerian and every South African was just like, I want to see this game. And bro, I don't want to talk about it too much. Um, I think we know where our allegiances lie. I don't think we need to predict anything. I just hope for a good game. But in terms of the host
Yeah.
nation, do you think they have it in them to just want to close it up on them? Do you think Ivory Coast have it in them to because like they've turned it around like out of nowhere? Like they
Yeah.
thought they were
Yep.
out, done and out. Journalists were fighting, like the crowd was yo, like it was bad. And then now
Pressing coaches.
they find themselves like literally with like DR Congo is good, but watching DR Congo,
Mm,
I don't think they're clinical, even though they scored 3 goals in the previous game. I personally don't think that they're that clinical. So if Ivory Coast can get their defensive wits about them, I think they have enough to get past DR Congo. And also with the home crowd. Because if you watch, I don't know if you're watching the Ivory Coast game, when they scored that last minute goal in extra time, and my man,
so
that whole stadium was just
so good.
orange. It was just like
Yeah. Yep.
like it was
Yep.
crazy. So I think that home advantage is really like right now, as opposed to like in the beginning. Because in the beginning, like the fans were very apprehensive. They were like, it's like, yo, show us. You guys are the host nation.
Mm,
Show us. And now it's like, now the fans are like, yo, yeah, we with you now. And I
let's
really think
go.
that's gonna bolster them. And I just think it's just overall, like the package of it all is just going to end up with an amazing tournament that closes with an amazing final,
Yeah.
a third and fourth place playoff. You know, I just really like it, and I hope
Yeah. Yeah.
that more eyes are tuned into it, and that's what I just love to see. But on that note, bro, I think we'll just call it from there. Um, I'm gonna ask you outright, who's winning the AFCON?
Bafana.
1996. They're gonna do it
That's it.
again.
All the way. Yeah. I really think they are because firstly you're unexpected. I think still, even the game against Nigeria, you're still walking in as the underdogs.
Mm-hmm.
No one's really giving you a chance. It's like, yeah, you've had a nice run. And I think sometimes when you go into a game expecting the other team to lose or expecting to beat the other team, you do yourself a disservice, you know. And I think if Nigeria walk in there expecting that it's going to be an easy game for them, they're doing themselves a disservice. They also shouldn't base it on historic games because this is a very different Bafana side to what we faced
Mm-hmm.
previously. Um, I think obviously you don't want to play the host nation in a final, um, because of the crowd effect, you know. But also with them, you never really know which version of them is going to show up. Is it going to be the 4-0 losers to Equatorial Guinea, or the one that we've seen now since that game? Now in the knockout stage, it's just like the resilient team, the team that will win by any means necessary. So I think it's going to be a Ivory Coast South Africa final, and I think that Bafana will do enough to win.
I second that, my good sir. I am happy with that. And I'm happy with you, my friend. Thank you so much for joining me. People, please like, subscribe, and Liverpool fans, hold that. Broski, now
Shout
have a
out, my
good one,
bro.
bro. Appreciate it. Everybody, please, yet again, like, subscribe, share, get involved, comment, do all the things. And yeah, hopefully I want to do one upload every week, bro. That's my goal. For the rest of the year, I want to do at least one upload a week. Even if I'm chatting alone, people must get used to this. Because now the thing is, I wait for people. I wait for you. I wait for Neo. Because I like to chat with people. But I feel like at some point, I might just do these things alone. But anyway,
Yeah.
everybody, for the sake of time, have a good one. Bless up. Stay safe.